All right, guys. In order for this to work, you have to be paying attention. So I want all eyes up here on me. Yeah, you. No, the one next to you. Yeah, you sitting in the back row. Back table group. Shh. Okay, here we go. So I remember a couple of years ago, I had a group of kids who were really, really passionate, and they were having this huge debate over which superhero team was better, DC or Marvel. Which had the better superheroes? And it was this huge, epic debate, and I was on the side of DC. However, my allegiances have shifted a little bit because the Marvel movies have just completely destroyed the DC movies in awesomeness. So I want you to think about, what are some things that you could compare and contrast, like I just did? Like, what are some things that you could compare to each other? Think about it in your mind. Now take 10 seconds and talk to the people at your table. What are some things that you could compare? All right. Voices off in 5, 4. Voices off in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I'm sure you had some great things that you would like to debate. And today we're going to start talking about how to compare and contrast in an essay. This is a skill that is very, very helpful because you will use it in middle school, in high school, in college. You're going to do a lot of compare contrast type essays. But before we start working up how to compare contrast in reading texts, we're going to talk about how to compare and put two objects side by side, or two subjects side by side. So to start, we are going to use soda. So we're going to start by comparing Fanta orange, to Sprite Zero. Wow. Now to begin with, we're going to compare, how are these two things similar? So right now, looking at these two objects, what are some similarities? Don't shout it out, but just think in your mind, how are these two things similar? So right now I'm looking at them, and the Sprite and the Fanta, they're both sodas. They both come in 2-liter bottles. Let's see. They both smell sweet. You can almost hear the fizz. Let me try pouring a little bit in here. All right, so they can both be poured. You can hear a little bit of that fizz in it. Let me try a drink. They're both sweet. All right, so I can make a list of ways that these are the same. So both soda, said they both come in bottles. I said they're both sweet. You can hear the bubbles. I don't know if you know this, but they are both made by Coke. They're both kind of citrusy. Citrus means like orange juice, orange, lime, lemon. Those are all different types of citrus fruits. So that is the similarities between these two. They're both delicious and refreshing. You want some? No? You can't drink it through there? What about the Fanta? No? All right. So, moving on. So we compared and talked about how these two objects are similar. Okay, so that's step one, is what are the similarities between two objects. We're going to set those aside for now. And we talked about how they are mostly alike. Now, we're going to do this again, only instead of looking at how the two objects are mostly alike, we're going to talk about how they are different. And to do differences, we're going to talk about two amazing superheroes. We've got Batman. Hi, I'm Batman. And we've got the Flash. What does the Flash sound like? I'm the Flash. So we've got Batman versus the Flash. How are they different? Okay, so just think in your mind. Don't say it out loud, but think it in your mind. How are they different? So right now, I'm seeing as far as differences go. We have Batman, Flash. All right, so one is blue, one is red. One is fast. The Flash is known for being really fast. Batman has cool gadgets. Okay, and that's his superpower. One is, let's see, they both wear masks, so that's not a difference. The difference is the Flash has lightning bolt, and Batman has a bat for his symbol. Okay, so I've got a couple of differences. So we got how are they the same with the sodas, and now we're looking at what are the traits that make these different. All right, so we talked about similarities, we talked about differences. And when you are going to go and write, you are actually going to do the same thing. You are going to look at objects and try to figure out how are these things the same and how are they different. Now, one way we like to set these up, and I hope you guys are sitting quietly. One way to set this up is to do something like this, okay? Where you've got object on one side, object in the other, and then how are they the same in the middle. Another one you might have seen when you were in elementary school is this one. Okay, it's called the Venn diagram, where you've got two objects and similarities in the middle. I don't like this one as much because I always found it hard to write similarities in the middle. So for our purposes, we're going to go back to that chart like this. Okay, so today what you're going to be doing is you are going to see an object or two things up on the screen. It could be two people, could be two objects, two sodas, two different things up on the screen. And your job with your table group is to fill out a chart like this. You'll have about 1 or 2 minutes between each object. Okay, you're going to fill out a chart like this for each object. Make sure you are detailed. Your goal is to write as many similarities and differences as possible. Because what you will find is some of the similarities just aren't worth writing about. Some of the differences aren't worth writing about. And so you got to get a big list before you narrow it down. Man, I like doing these videos because I get through this stuff quick. That was an 8-minute mini lesson. So right now what I need for you to do is get ready to analyze and compare and contrast. Until next time, book it forward and be awesome. Bye, guys.